Hello and welcome back to Marker in a Box with Alan.
Hi guys!
We've been married for about 6 months almost.
And we know that we haven't really fully shared everything that happened with you on the day. So we're actually waiting on the official video still to come, and of course we're going to share that with you. But in the meantime, we just wanted to give you our perspective on what was pretty amazing number of days actually.
Yeah, so as you know, we got married at the end of June, officially in Dublin. It was like an incredible day. We were not expecting like those emotions because it felt like a little bit like of a kind of legal
sort of, yeah, a part of it, going to like the civil registration to do all of that, but actually we hadn't kind of understood that was going to be really the real wedding.
My family flew from Italy to Dublin. They joined us at the registry office.
Still can't get that right, but it's okay because he's never going to have to go to one again.
Both Alan and I were very nervous. Alan actually was more nervous than I was. But then when we walked into that room and we saw both of our families meeting for the first time ever, it was very special.
It was really special.
It was very emotional. I started crying while...
I think everybody started crying just a little bit.
While your stepmom was like putting all the flowers, how do you call them? Lapel flower?
Lapel flowers.
The lapel flowers on our jackets. We had prepared a few readings for the ceremony that we read in front of everyone. I did mine in Italian, Alan did his in English. When we were reciting our vows with the register,
that was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, a lot harder. And it was also made a lot more special by the fact that Marco's witness was his brother and mine was my dad.
And Alan was so agitated that I even forget which hand is left and right. So there was a bit of a, with the exchange of the rings, there was a bit of confusion.
I haven't practiced.
I can now pronounce you as legally married. Gentlemen, you may now kiss.
People in the audience were crying.
Look at him, such a YouTuber in the audience. Our families.
Right. And again, we thought it was going to be just a legal bit, but it turned out to be an extremely emotional experience. That went so fast, and then after that we went for a family lunch in our favorite restaurant in Dublin. It was kind of funny because the people at the restaurant asked us if it was a celebrity wedding. I don't know why. I don't know why. It was quite interesting because my family doesn't speak English and his family doesn't speak Italian, so there was a lot of like gestures and like jokes.
There's a video for that if you need any tips on that.
Yes, they got along so well, like from the start, and just seeing both of our families so happy and so proud of us, it was incredible. Even my dad got a little bit overexcited after a couple of brandies.
Oh wow.
A couple of Irish brandies, and he delighted the entire audience, the entire tables, with like a little improvised striptease.
Yeah. No, and it wasn't messing around, there was some skin shown.
Oh, Dad.
It was brilliant.
Then after that we went to a bar, and there a few Irish friends also joined us. There was even like a celebrity actually in that bar, like the actor from Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Trying to outshine our party. Davos Seaworth, the Onion Knight.
Then we flew over to Italy just a couple of weeks after our wedding in Dublin, and only a few days before the actual wedding reception at the castle. And you saw the video where a few months ago we went there. It was like last winter basically.
Yeah.
And we went to visit the castle, and that was spectacular.
It was transformed on the day. It was absolutely incredible, and it was everything we wanted. We had spent so long on the design and on the details and on the organization of where things would be, and the running order of things, even picking all the songs for the playlist. So to actually see it all come to life on the day was absolutely incredible. We were a little bit scared of rain on the day, which would have ruined all of our best plans.
It was actually raining on the morning of our wedding. Thank God it was an evening wedding, and then the sky cleared up entirely by noon. And it turned out to be like an incredible afternoon with like sun, and it wasn't too warm.
And sunset.
Yeah,
a beautiful sunset.
At the end we were blessed by the sky, so thank you. So the months leading up to the wedding have been incredibly stressful. It's really hard to organize a wedding, especially when you live abroad and you are the only one dealing with Italian suppliers. So Alan was kind of like the creative director for things like...
I just say, no, we're not having that, tell them this.
For things like tables and decorations and things like that. And he also looked after the actual ceremony. So we had a really good friend of mine who flew all the way from California to actually celebrate the wedding. It was so emotional.
Look at one another and remember this moment in time.
We arrived in a Triumph Spitfire.
Triumph, yeah, I think so. I should know this because I'm the one who picked it and loves cars.
It was a Triumph
yeah,
Spitfire.
It was
2.
Mark II.
And of course I was driving because Alan cannot drive on the other side of the road.
See, left and right.
And we had to basically go through the, how do you call the bridge?
Oh, the drawbridge.
The drawbridge. Up a hill, and the car stopped midway. And we started going down in reverse.
At the moment of like peak filming, people filming and photographing, we had a little bit of trouble even making it all the way up.
But we made it up there.
We made it up.
Seeing all of our friends from like 4 corners of the world and all of our families there in one place for the first time ever. God, that was special.
It was the strangest thing, you know, not only to see everyone you know in the one place, which we wouldn't have ever before, but also to be at the center of it all, which was quite weird.
It was an incredible feeling because it's the only moment in your life where all the people that matters are in one place and they're there for you. And it's not about being the center of attention, it's just like seeing everyone you love in the same place. It was just special. We had people flying over from England, Ireland, the United States, well, all over Italy, the south of Italy, of course. Anyway, the ceremony was really, really romantic, of course. We had, again, few readings from our best friends, and it was like a bilingual ceremony, so a bit of in English, a bit of Italian. My brother was actually the MC, so he was like presenting and hosting the entire ceremony. As a symbolic ritual for our ceremony, we decided to go for letters in a bottle. So we both wrote each other 2 letters that we're gonna have to open in, okay, so on the 27th of May 2023, which is basically 2,143 days. And the reason being is that that's exactly the amount of days we had spent together before we got the wedding day. Yeah. So who knows what I'm gonna discover in like 5 years.
I know.
Announced you married. You may kiss.
One of my favorite parts about the ceremony was that we had a wonderful string quartet or string duet playing for us, but all of our songs were Disney songs.
Yeah.
that was fun.
Okay, let's party now.
We had songs from Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast, so that was quite cheesy, yes.
Cue some jokes about who is the beauty and who is the beast, but...
And the beauty. Then after that, we moved on to the marquee, where one of my best friends prepared like this surprise PowerPoint presentation with the most embarrassing photos from my past.
I hugely enjoyed that. That was very, very helpful.
But thank God it was in English, so basically all my family, they did not really understand what was going on, except that some of the pictures were quite graphic.
Some of the pictures were, yeah.
Hey, we've all been young.
We also, after the ceremony, had the very typical Italian aperitivo food, so basically a full buffet of food before you go and have your actual dinner, which was great because it was the first time that we could really relax, you know, have a glass of champagne, Prosecco. We could have a glass of Prosecco and relax and finally just kind of just enjoy the rest of the day.
After that, we moved on to dinner, which was in a separate part of the castle, so the high part. And that was very beautifully decorated with a lot of fairy lights from the ceiling in this beautiful medieval setting with like beautiful tablecloth and decorations that we had prepared before. and we had a lot of speeches from both myself and Alan, who performed his speech in Italian for the first time.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah, he tried. And then my parents and your dad and your sister.
I will always love you.
I think a lot of people gave us the feedback that they never cried so much at a wedding because they were like joyful and very touched and moved.
Including us, actually, we were probably the worst. Me, I lost control at one point.
Then after a beautiful dinner, we moved on back to the marquee where I had prepared a surprise for Alan. As you probably know if you follow me on Instagram, I had pre-recorded a video with like a collage, a montage of all the moments spent together from 2011 to now. And then a song that I performed at YouTube Space London, Flashlight. I got all I need when I got you and I look around me and see sweet life. So Alan lost it.
Yeah, so the first half was embarrassing, that's why I was cringing, because it's like pictures of me over the years. But then after that, when you were singing, I actually couldn't watch the video. I couldn't watch the performance because I had my head down crying for the whole thing. So it was a bit of a waste. I almost had to go back and watch it again afterwards.
You're my flashlight. So mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. I think that was a lot of the pressure leaving as well.
After that, just like Cinderella, we had to move to the cut of the cake by 11 p.m. because we had planned a surprise fireworks for our guests. And just when we cut the cake on the chorus of Fireworks by Katy Perry, the fireworks started. It was just incredible, like people lost it.
Yeah. It was great.
Baby, you're a firework. We started dancing in the middle of the castle under the fireworks and Katy Perry song, and it was just very it was very gay, but at the same time we loved that song. And then after fireworks, before we could actually move on to enjoy ourselves and have a good dance for the rest of the night, my dad and my family had planned like an extra surprise for me, a montage of all these videos from the 90s when I was just a kid, a teenager.
Now that was interesting.
And apparently, and I completely forgot, but apparently I was already vlogging back then with like his camera, and he was just like showing this montage. But the most special thing was that he showed a video with my grandma, and my grandma passed away a few years ago. And it was a video where I was probably 5-year-old, and she was telling me everything about a coffee grinder, and she told me that she would give this coffee grinder to me when I get married.
Ah sì, ce n'è un culo, sì. Guarda che quando ti sposi te lo regalo. Ti sei sicura? Sì. Un caffè? Lo prometto. Sei contento? Sì.
And then basically my aunt gave me a box, and inside that box I actually found the coffee grinder, and it was just incredible because my grandma couldn't be there, but yeah, she was in this very beautiful coffee grinder, and it was just very emotional.
And then we just spent the rest of the night dancing the night away. I think the memories all start to fade into one a little bit for the rest of it. The one thing I do remember quite distinctly are my trousers ripping open on the dance floor. So it was clearly a good night had by all. And that went on for the rest of the weekend, really. I mean, we just enjoyed the rest of the time on the lake with friends and family. People enjoying the sunshine, going to see the sights around the lake.
It was really great to go the next day to the beach, where like all your friends and family and my friends as well like were waiting for us. It was a very special like after wedding day.
So after all that excitement, we got to go on our honeymoon. Finally. I think it still took a little while to relax after that, but I mean, being on honeymoon is a pretty good way to relax. We even managed to meet a couple of followers, subscribers when we were there in the Maldives. That was interesting and really nice to meet them.
Literally 10 days of like bliss.
It was fantastic. I would go back there tomorrow if I could, absolutely. It's been, like we say, nearly 6 months and we're still just kind of coming down off all the excitement.
I'm still getting used to calling you husband, like it still hasn't really like...
And I'm still playing with my ring all the time.
It's a bit weird.
It is, yeah, I was doing that all the time.
We couldn't be more in love than ever. Nothing really has changed, to be honest. Like, we just feel probably relieved of that pressure and moving forward at full steam. Full steam ahead.
Full steam ahead.
We definitely want to share more with you. So this is a very rough description of the day, but I think the video that we commissioned, so the professional official video of the wedding, will hopefully be ready sometime in the new year. We're waiting for it and we cannot wait to share with you. In the meantime, if you have any more questions about like married life, make sure you ask in the comments below.
So the last thing to do is wish you a very Merry Christmas, because it is nearly Christmas now. We hope you have a fantastic time with your family and friends this Christmas. Hope you stay safe and really just enjoy the loved ones you have.
So from husband and husband, that's it for now. Looking forward to sharing more adventures, more travels, and more love stories in the new year with you guys. Thanks for watching.
Marco in Abba.